Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. My name is Brandon. I'm an acting coach and I make reaction content here on YouTube to music performances live and otherwise, as well as TV and film reactions on my second channel. Link to that in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, support the channel in all the ways possible. Patreon down below, different ways to get involved. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm looking at Angelina Jordan again. I'm doing a couple of hers recently. I hope to get them all out to you really soon. This is Million Miles. I took a long break from Angelina Jordan then, came back a little while later. Things were a lot better, a little more calm, but this song in particular sparked a ton of backlash. It was the song that I reacted to that really got people upset, and it was the studio version. I don't know how to say that. The studio recorded version. She was in a studio, musicians around her, cameras on, and she was singing into a microphone, and that was what I was watching. Now, I've not revisited this because of that, but there is a music video, an official music video for this song, and I'm really excited to look into it because it's been a while. I really have a ton of respect for Angelina as a person. Watching some of her newer stuff, I really love how she's grown and developed, and I'm excited to jump into this as an acting coach, a director, and really looking at her performance in the music video, especially now that I know the entire story behind the song, who she wrote it for, the time in which she wrote it, and what it meant to her. I'm really interested to look at the music video and kind of really get into her characterization, the way she's playing physically in the role, in the part, the way she's committing. I'm excited about it. I hope that you guys will ride along with this with me and enjoy it. So just know that when I do critique, if I critique anything, I won't be doing it out of disrespect, and I am not challenging or questioning Angelina's talent. It's obvious, and I'm not challenging or questioning her potential and her future. I think that I'm really excited to see what's coming for her in the next 2 to 5 years. I think she's going to be huge. So I hope anyway. So just know that I'm going to say things, may not all be positive, but I love her. Just keep that in mind, please. Be kind. As I always say at the end of the videos, be kind to each other. That includes me, and be kind to yourself. And there's no sense in living in anger and resentment. That's not kind to yourself. That doesn't create anything positive for you. So let's all be good to each other. Okay. So we're going to jump into this. But this is Angelina Jordan, Million Miles. This is the official music video. First of all, it's already beautiful. The cinematography is great. Colors, lighting, it's beautiful.
When I was a child, I walked the streets. They see me growing up. Knew you were all I need. Had seen in myself through all the years. It's like it's in my tears. I think what it's giving me, the smiles and the memories, but now it's not here to hold my head. In the light of the blue sky, I'm not alone to fight. I'm never regret what I do. We're a million miles apart. It's pulling my heart like an empty bubble to be thrown out. I can't make it stop, but I know in my heart, I know that I'm never alone. I know that I'm never alone. I know that I'm never alone. Never alone. Never alone. No.
So first of all, like I said, the first time I reacted to this song, vocally, it's beautiful. The lyrics are beautiful. I think the sentiment is wonderful. The cinematography, the footage they're using, the color grading and everything, the tone that they gave the footage is really lovely. It's really warmer than I expected. I expected it to be a little cooler color-wise, because of the contents of the song, but I think it's a lovely choice because there's a lot of warmth in these lyrics. There's a lot of love in these lyrics, and that's sort of the point, right? And I think they're using shades more than colors to communicate the mood. You have this really bright, almost overexposed footage of them outside playing and just hanging out, holding hands, walking, like it's really bright. And then you go in and to after the fact, and you all know what I mean. And she's walking through these darkened hallways, and there's a ton of shadow, a lot of contrast, and I think that they're using shade more than color, like I said, to make that point, to communicate that visually. It's a beautiful job. I don't know who Angelina worked with and who made these decisions. I'd be curious to know what kind of input she gave. I'd love to hear how involved an artist is in communicating different parts of their arts, or at least through different mediums, that aren't necessarily their medium. So in the room, when she was on the floor, and then in the beginning when she was singing and she was sitting, the first thing I thought was that she's doing a wonderful job of playing someone who is contemplative and reminiscing, right? Remembering a fondness that they don't feel anymore, that's gone. And I thought that she did that really well. This one little quirk where she tends to cut her eyes to the side and she focuses on something. Every time she does it, I think, I wonder what she's looking at. And I don't know what it is, but she does it often in videos, and I wonder about that. I know she's very cerebral, very real sense that she is very intellectual, very, she maps things in her mind. You know, it's like she thinks deeply on things. And I can see that in the performances. Now, whenever she was in the kitchen, I think it was a kitchen for that last little bit we just watched, I was struggling at first to figure out what it was she was trying to communicate. But then it became really clear, I think, toward the end of that, and I kind of got chills and goosebumps over it. You know, once I kind of settled in on it, it felt there was this numbness to it. There was a sense of having been living with this grief. I don't know the details of her grandfather's passing. I don't know if he was ill or if it happened suddenly, but the kind of sense I got from that take, from that shot in the kitchen, was the sense that maybe this is something that they had seen coming and they'd been sitting with, knowing this was going to happen, or it's been a while and it's happened, and she has been living in the loss for so long that it has just sort of worn her down, and she just was tired. She's just tired, you know. Sometimes grief is really heavy, like it weighs. And when you carry something that's really heavy for a long period of time, you fatigue and you get tired. And she just looked like she was just kind of worn by this, like it was very heavy, like it was weighing on her. So anyway, it was a lovely job, very subtle. Not trying to do too much, not trying to be anything or make anything happen, just really living in the moment. Really liked it. It was good so far. And I really liked the video. I also love that she's barefooted through the whole thing. That's good. Kind of sticks to her brand.
You said I'm watching you from the moon. I'm everywhere, see everything you do. I can't see you, but I know you're here. It's like you're in my teeth.
That's such a beautiful line.
I think what is giving me the smiles and the memories, but now it's not here to hold my hand. In the light of the blue sky, I'm not alone to fight. I'll never regret what I do. We're a million miles apart. It's pulling my heart like an empty bubble to be thrown. I can't make it stop, but I know in my heart, I know that I'm never alone. I know I'm never alone. I know that I'm never alone.
Quickly before we jump into the bridge, so the cinematography shifted just a little bit in this one. We got a little more of her grown-up Angelina in the sun as she was reminiscing, and it was a more positive feel to it. Like even the lyrics are a little more hopeful, you know, less melancholy and more fondly remembering is what it felt like for a moment. And then we cut to her on this street, but it's not overly dark. We have her on this street that is well lit. It's a path. It's a, you know, maybe where we've been has faded and where we're going is still in shadow, but it feels a little more, like I said, it feels a little more positive, a little more hopeful than the beginning being in that darkened hallway. Really was a strong image for me. Yeah. The only thing that I would say, you know, get your keyboards out. The only thing that I might suggest or might say is that I talked about how Angelina is very cerebral. I feel like in some of these close-up shots, she looks like she's in her head a little bit, thinking intellectually about what she's doing, what she needs to be doing, what it looks like, how it feels. And as a director, it would be one of my goals would be to make sure that none of my actors feel the need to overanalyze or to think critically about anything, about the lighting, about where the camera, about how they look, their costume, their hair, their makeup, how they're supposed to be sitting, what they're supposed to be doing. By the time we shoot, or at least by the time we get that final shot, I want to do everything that I can as a director to make sure that the performers I'm working with, the actors I'm working with, feel incredibly confident and comfortable in what we've discussed and what I've shown them and what I've instructed them to do, how we've worked together, the decisions that we've made, so that they don't have to worry about where they're angling their head or where, what the lighting looks like, what kind of expression they're making, because they can rely on the decisions and the work that we've done, much like an athlete relies on their muscle memory rather than having to think through every step. That would be something maybe, because I feel like maybe she's super involved with the music video and she's still processing and contemplating and maybe critiquing things in her mind. There's a couple of moments where she just looks very, very much in thought in her head about some things. And that might be the critique for the video. Other than that one thing, and it's just one thing, I can't see anything so far that I have really just not liked. It's been a lovely video. I think it's very well shot. I think that the mood and the tone of it's really good. It's very consistent. It's cohesive. It's a great job. And I think she's doing a wonderful job in her performance. I'm really just excited at the end of the day that I got a chance to check this out finally and see her just physically perform, because obviously she's not singing live for any of these. She's lip syncing them. So it's really great to kind of get a chance to see her just perform and really focus on that aspect.
I wonder when I close my eyes, are you in my dream tonight? I wonder.
I remember really loving this bridge.
Are your friends the stars, the songs for you wherever you are? We're a million miles apart, it's pulling my heart like an empty bubble to be thrown. I can make it stop, but I know in my heart, I know that I'm never alone.
It's beautifully done. Oh, and I love the little glitter. There is one more note that's not about Angelina at all, actually. It's about the directing. So there's one moment here where if you're a singer and you're looking to make a music video and you're going to make it at home, you're going to make it yourself, you're going to hire somebody to do it, whatever the case is, this is a small thing, but it's a mistake that should not happen if you're working with a director who knows what they're doing. So again, this is not on Angelina at all, because this is 100% a filmmaking thing. But this moment where she has that big note that I can't sing, but that big note, and then it leads into the next phrase, which is "you're a million miles," right? And they overlap. Those notes overlap. Now, as a music video director, you would not keep a static shot on her during that transition. You would pan away and then come back to her when she's singing the next line. You would cut whenever was appropriate for the video you're shooting. This shouldn't happen. And once again, it's not Angelina's fault. This is not. It has nothing to do with her. This is just for any of you out there who are wanting to shoot a music video. This is a really small, simple thing that you can do, you can avoid to make your video just a bit more professional, make it seem a bit more well done. Watch into this vocalization right here. What's happening there is she's mouthing, she's lip syncing the vocalization, the run. And then she's cutting that off in the middle and starting to sing "We're a Million Miles Apart," but she can't get either one of them fully because they overlap. And it's a problem that should not be shown on video. That's not her fault at all. That's the editor or the cinematographer did her dirty on that one. So it can really do well to sort of put your video just on a slightly higher level. Anyway, so that was "A Million Miles" by Angelina Jordan, the official music video. Really loved it. Thought it was great. I gave all my thoughts during. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, for coming along on this journey with me. Like I said, I know I've heard the song before, but I was really interested to check out the video. I hope you guys appreciate it. Please remember, as always, to be kind to each other. And most importantly, be kind to yourself.